What do you get inspired by? Is it a smell? Is it a color? Is it a specific geographical location or experience that you've had? For me, it's often seeing something at the grocery store and getting inspired, and today it's that. Plus, Ethan Chlebowski's weeknight braised ribs. Just a little bit different. Let's get on with the recipe. Starting this recipe off by some mise en place, which literally translates to everything in place. And for that, I'm getting my mirepoix set up, which is carrots, onions, and celery. Now this is gonna be the base of all the flavor and where the flavor starts. Now as always, when braising meat, for me, I'm using the Instapot, and by now I've made hundreds, no thousands of meals using this thing, so if you were curious if it's worth it, it definitely is. However, before adding the mirepoix, I need to sear the short ribs on all sides after heavily seasoning them with salt. Then the leftover fond, which as you know at this point is flavor, will get soaked up into the mirepoix. This is gonna lock in all that beefy flavor by creating a crust on the short ribs, and that nothing will escape. That's a lie. However, it'll give the mirepoix that added deliciousness, which I said before is the actual flavor base. The meat is seared and the meat is set. Now, as the Instapot is on sear and high heat, I'm gonna add the mirepoix by adding the onions first, get those a little softened, then add the carrots and the celery. After a few minutes and after the vegetables and the mirepoix is kind of softened, you would typically add tomato paste, but I wanted to change this up a little bit, so what I did was I added some chipotle paste, which is gonna add some spiciness and some smokiness to this entire thing. Then goes half a bottle of a deep-bodied red wine, the ribs go back in, and I hit it with a couple bay leaves. For the garlic mashed potatoes, I'm using some Yukon Gold, but as always, you can use any potato you want. I just find that the yellow skin potatoes provide a better, more luxurious garlic mash. And while those boil, I'm gonna roast the garlic. Now, this is maybe the easiest and most delicious thing that you or anyone can make at home. You slice the top off a bulb of garlic, hit it with some olive oil, salt, and pepper, wrap it up in aluminum foil, and roast it for 45 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. But the garlic flavor doesn't end there. Now, if you've seen me make mashed potatoes before, you know that adding some fresh garlic into the water while you boil the potatoes will not only flavor the potatoes more with garlic, but once you drain them, the garlic will be soft enough that when you mash the potatoes, it'll mash with it. After the roasted garlic is done roasting in the oven, let it cool for like 30 minutes so that you can do this. Squeeze it out. This thing is sweeping the internet. People love watching garlic get squeezed out, and I am one of those people. Once everything is combined, it's somewhat of an even mashed potato consistency. Just cover it, let it sit, and let's get back to the braised beef. Look, if this was done right, then the bones will just fall right off the rib when you try and extract it from the pot and get lost in a sea of flavor, which you should never be mad about. The residual liquid left over in the pot can be cooked down for hours to concentrate those flavors and thicken it up, but if you lack patience like I do, you can easily just make a cornstarch slurry by mixing cornstarch with cold water and cook it for another 10 minutes before plating and stuffing your face. Lay down some of that garlic mashed potato goodness on a plate, put some short rib on top of it, and then spoon over, or in this case, ladle over some of that sauce. Garnish it with some parsley, and there you go. Okay. Not only did this take roughly 2 hours top to bottom from raw to this plate, all thanks to the Instapot, these braised ribs are fork tender. They are so friggin' delicious. Sitting on a bed, California king-size bed of garlic mashed potatoes. Guys, this is one of those things that if you don't make it, you're a dummy. Oh man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below letting me know what else you want to see me make. If you're not already subbed, hit that sub button, and if you are subbed, turn on notifications. I'll see you guys on the next recipe. Man, this is friggin' insane.